Shalom from the biblical city of Gezer, Canaanian city that later rebuilt King Solomon, and I'm on Israeli part of the city, the part that built by King Solomon. So the stones, what you see, they were built by people who lived in the time of King Solomon. It's amazing, but history coming to pass, and inside of the city and walls and gates, we have different houses, and people used to live here. So in this house, you can see it's a pretty big house for that time, and only one door. So what we do if we come to visit someone in the biblical city, we just knock on the door. Knock, knock. Door has opened. Let's walk inside of the house, and we see the foundation of the house. We see the ancient story, pillars, beautiful pillars. And actually, when I come to this house, I see one of the entrances to the room with the two pillars that would go up all the way up to hold the ceiling. So when I stay between those pillars, I think of one of the biblical stories of Samson. Do you remember the story about Philistines and Samson? How he were led to the pillars and eventually moved the pillars, and wall fell down. The ceiling, the house fell down. So praise God, Bible coming to pass when we're walking in the ancient biblical stories, ancient biblical cities. It's just beautiful. And one of the things you can notice, here is a stone. They brought a stone somewhere from other parts of Israel. It's not from here. You can see it's totally different nature, different little stones together. It's obviously volcanic stone. So it's amazing to see lots of stones are from this area and some stones are not from this area. It's a mystery, but there is lots of mystery in the biblical cities. Let's go and explore more. Biblical city of Gezer, city built by Solomon, King Solomon, 3,000 years ago. I can touch stones, but that's the original stones from that time. It's amazing. But let's go to the Bible and think of this story. So we see city of Gezer as one of the strongholds of Canaanians, and we see from the history that actually city of Gezer was one of the strongest, actually is the strongest city in the land of Israel. It was Canaanian city, but very big and very strong. So when Joshua came to fight city of Lachish, not far away from here, the city of Gezer sent his army with the king to attack Joshua, because King of Lachish said, let's come together, and together we can win him and we can destroy Joshua. That's the only way and only hope. And we have covenant. We have pillars of covenant. So the city of Gezer sent in his troops, and they came in to attack Joshua, but they fell in battle. They were destroyed, but still Joshua didn't conquer the city of Gezer, and city of Gezer remained to be city of Canaan all the way to King David and then to King Solomon. When King Solomon came to power, we can read in the Bible what's going on and how city of Gezer become Israeli city, because we know from the history city of Gezer most likely paid tribute to King Solomon because he was the power in the area, but he didn't conquer them. He couldn't, but also probably couldn't because of the agreements and different covenants that they built with different people. But let's read amazing story how God is using different forces and what happening. 1 Kings chapter 9, verse 16, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, had gone up to take in Gezer and burn it with fire, had killed Canaanians who dwelt in the city, and had given it as a dowry to his daughter Solomon's wife. And Solomon built Gezer and Lower Beth-horon. That's an amazing story. King Solomon didn't mess with Canaanites, but he got amazing achievement of his life. He married to the daughter of Pharaoh. That was great achievement because Egypt was a strong empire, and daughter of Pharaoh considered to be goddess. She was like a goddess. People worshipped her. And now Pharaoh giving his daughter to Solomon to build a family. That's amazing recognition. That's really another proof of might and power and respect that King Solomon has. So what happened next? The Pharaoh by himself, leaving Egypt, coming all the way from Egypt, from the south, here to this area, just with one desire and one goal. He attacking strongest city in Israel, the Canaanite city of Gezer. And eventually he taken over. It's written he destroyed city of Gezer and he killed all the Canaanites. And what next? He gave the city with all the beautiful agricultural fields around the city. He gave it as a gift to his daughter, the Solomon's wife. And next thing Solomon is doing, he is going to build a city of Gezer. And now I'm standing on the ruins and on the stones that built by King Solomon. But there is more to the story, and let's explore.